weight. The fourth factor is genetic factors. Some kids are prone to obesity, but more of the genetic factors are related to the environment factors, like how the parents eat, how much butter, cheese, or family outings happen, and the way physical exercise is done by the adults in family, the values or the foods that adults put. The similar food is consumed by the kids, and that's the reason the genetic factors or the families are seen obese more than actual genetic factors. Then there is a hormonal cause. Sometimes hormonal cause, like teenager girls, they develop polycystic ovarian disease or the hypothyroidism comes. In that, there is a sudden weight gain. Then in the COVID era, we saw many kids suffered from COVID and they were put on steroids or some of the medicines, and that led to lots of weight gain in many of the children. Then there was a factor, there were factors, some genetic syndromes are there, like Down syndrome or syndromes where, the fat is not metabolized and the child becomes obese. So these reasons are there. And the last reason that is very commonly seen nowadays is psychological factor. A child that is self-isolated, anxious, under stress, he has got phobias, and exam stress is there, or stress of any form makes child eat without any limitations and without any inhibitions, and that leads to weight gain. So these are the two factors which have done lots of contribution to the weight gain. And also the things that have contributed all together have made the basic metabolism rate go down, and the child has become very inactive, eating unhealthy food, eating at odd times, in between snacking has improved or increased to a great extent. And even parents have started, let go of certain things. Healthy food नहीं खा रहा है, छोड़ दो, chips दे दो, ये सब चीजें बहुत हो रही हैं, and that has led to massive unhealthy weight gain in the kids over last 24 months itself. Now I'll answer some of the questions that I've got. So first question that is there is, how will I come to know that my child weight gain is healthy? So for every age, the weight for child for that age charts are available with every one of us, every pediatrician, everyone, and they're easily available online also. So there are percentiles, and there are percentile charts are there, and there are the lines which are there present. So if child is below 10% of weight, he is definitely undernourished. If child falls between 10th and 85th percentile of the weight for his age, the child has normal weight. But if child falls between 85 to 95th percentile, he falls in the category of overweight child. And if child's weight has gone beyond 95th percentile for his age, then the child will follow in the obesity group. So this is how we identify. And to be more uniform, we have body mass index that we follow in our clinics. So what is body mass index? Body mass index is nothing but weight divided by height. In this, some of the parameters like, height, parental height, or the height of the child factors is removed, and the measurement of adipose tissues is roughly related to BMI. So any child who has BMI less than 25 is normal and healthy. But any child who has BMI equal or more than 25, he falls in the group of overweight. And child with BMI of more than or equal to 35 will fall in the group of obesity. So the second question that I have over here is, how can I control the unhealthy weight gain in my children? So there are this is a multifactorial, it has many layers to it, but I'll try to be as simple as possible. First thing is, increase the physical activity of your child. Even if he's sitting in the classes, he's on screen for some time, ask him to walk for some time, get up, sit, jump for some time, skip for some time, increase physical activity in form. Ideally, make him join some sport. Now the things have opened up, he can go for cycling in the gardens, he can go for any sport for 1 hour, and he will be increasing his physical activity, and that will help him get his confidence, get him increases BMI. The second thing is diet part. Now, how do we increase diet part, or how do we control the diet part? So in diet part, we have to follow traffic signal diet plan. So what is traffic signal diet plan? It's very easy to remember. It's very easy to follow. Once we stick to it, it becomes easier. It might look little difficult in beginning. So the traffic signal diet plan is there are green zone of foods, yellow zone, and red zone. So the green zone foods are low in calories, they are rich in nutrients, they are low in carbohydrates and sugar. So what foods are included in this green zone are fruits and all types of vegetables. So any fruit and any vegetable, because it is in a green zone, it can be consumed in any amount at any time. The second is yellow zone food. Yellow zone foods are nutrient rich, but they are moderate in carbohydrates, moderate in energy, moderate in protein. They have to be taken in a moderate amount and only twice, 2 to 3 times a day. So, what are the foods included in yellow zone? These are pulses, grains, lean meats, milk and milk products, and all pulses and grains. The third thing is red zone. The red zone are the food which have no nutrient value. They are very high in sugar, carbohydrates, and they give empty calories and increase the fat content of our body. So, what are the foods that fall? These are all fried foods, then the sugar, carbonated drinks, then all the junk food comes in this category. And this foods, we cannot stop completely, but we have to reduce the frequency of the foods we take, this category foods that we take. So suppose we are taking it alternate day or thrice a week or 4 times a week, we have to come down to twice a week. Maybe you can come down to once a week, later on once in 2 weeks. And believe me, it's not so difficult. We can do this. The third thing that we can do to control the unhealthy weight gain is increase the fluid content or water content of the child. Most of the kids nowadays are taking very less water because they take carbonated drinks or they take something else in between, and they are not having that thirst, or they do ignore the thirst part and they eat at that time. So what you have to ensure is the child takes about 2 liters of water in a day. 1 liter should be consumed from morning till about 4 o'clock, and the second liter can be consumed in the second half of the day. Educate your child that he has to finish the 2 bottles of water. It would be much easier, and the water will get over in any very short time. You can replace water with coconut water or buttermilk, or limbu pani is also fine, but give more fluids, especially in hot and humid climate like in Mumbai. It is very, most of the kids are getting dehydrated, BMR is getting reduced. So it is very, very important to increase the fluid content. The fourth thing I would say to control weight is reduce or avoid the screen time completely during your meal time. So no child should have meal while he's watching mobile or TV or doing anything else. Meal time should be only for meals. He should not be doing anything else but having meals. And that will greatly help him to be conscious about what he's eating, chewing his food properly, paying attention to what he's eating. When he's full, he will not overeat, and it will go long way in reducing unnecessary weight gain in kids. The fourth thing that we can do to reduce uncontrolled weight is reduce the snacks in between the meals. So avoid, giving anything 1 hour before lunch or 1 hour before dinner. In that way, the child will have proper lunch and proper dinner, and he will not fill his food with empty calories like chips and other things like that. So this other thing. The third question I would like to take is, which food should I avoid? Which food should I avoid with which will give gain to my child's health and it's unhealthy? So I would say the foods that have to be avoided for children are sugar, carbonated drinks. First thing, replace it with healthy waters like you can give fresh pomegranate juice, orange juice, coconut water, limbu pani de do. You can give ajwain water, you can give rose water. So replace any other fluids, but not carbonated for sure. I would say replace sugar in your kitchen with the help of jaggery or honey if possible. Most of the times, most of the things can be replaced. Sugar can be replaced in most of the things. You can start trying, and it is not so difficult. The third thing I would say is avoid all the things that are made of refined flour. So avoid biscuits, breads, cookies, noodles, and all the stuff that causes a big disturbance in a probiotic flora of our gut, and it causes absorption, malabsorption, disturbances, the equilibrium is lost, and the child will have constipation, and he will absorb the nutrients which are not necessary and not absorb the nutrients which are required, and that will lead to obesity. So avoid all the things that are made out of white flour as far as possible. The healthier options are available to us. We can look for whole wheat pastas or whole wheat bread and multigrain breads and all that stuff. Even pizzas are available now in multiple choices. Then we should avoid canned foods. Canned foods, like, they have very high salt content. If you're used to having canned foods, it causes high acidity in your body, and also it has very high salt. Kids become more prone to develop hypertension much earlier in life. Then also you have to avoid chocolates, cakes and cookies and all that. Once in a while, say I'm telling avoid means you can reduce it. You can maybe give him a bribe of giving it maybe on Fridays or Sundays or something like that, but definitely not every day. I have kids coming to me and saying they have one bar of chocolate every day, or one piece of cake every day, which is definitely not good, and it has to be stopped immediately. What else can we do is we can reduce the processed foods. I'll go to next question. What are the tips to control the unhealthy weight gain? So, see, we mothers know what is good for our children. We need to take care of ourselves. We need to take good diet ourselves, and then we can follow it for children. So, some of the good things that we can do is we can add salad, a bowl of a salad before a lunch or dinner. We can add mixed vegetable soup before dinner. We can give in between snacking healthy, like roasted makhanas or roasted chanas, roasted groundnuts can be given. Then one more thing we can definitely do is reduce the serving size of the food that we give out to our children. So if we are giving your child 4, 5 parathas, big ones with lots of butter, make it to 1 or 2 parathas. Reduce the size of the amount of butter you apply, and then you can also reduce whatever you're giving the junk food. That size also can be initially reduced to half. Then you come to 25%, and then maybe he will not ask for it at all. The third thing that you can do is you can maybe avoid ordering lots of food from outside. Give them option only as a last resort. Give them freshly cooked food. Replace all your desserts preferably with, like, healthy foods like energy bars or dry fruit laddus, or things that have nuts and chia seeds and all this healthy foods. If you replace in between snacking, if they do with these things, they would be much happier in a longer run. And initially they might find little inertia might be there, but once they get used to, they will not ask for junk food. The next question I'll go to is, my kid keeps munching on chips instead of having his lunch once he returns from school. So, what foods can I offer him instead? See, when kids ask for junk food, not necessarily first thing that he's hungry. He may be thirsty. He doesn't know. So, even thirst sometimes children interpret as hunger. So maybe you can just offer a glass of a water, or you can offer healthy foods, like you can offer a dry fruits, or you can offer energy bar, small piece. Even if you're giving chocolates, you can give almonds which are coated with chocolate, or some dry fruits which come with a chocolate coating. Then you may give them a habit and options of 2 or 3 healthy things, rather than giving an option of healthy and unhealthy things. Second thing, what we can do is, please don't get the chips, unhealthy chips, fried things in the home and store it. Let child not have a look at it. If child will see that, he will not go for the healthier options. So best thing is to avoid altogether getting chips in the house, not getting it in front of him. Keeping roasted makhanas, chanas, flavored chanas. They, initially they will start with 1 or 2, but definitely they will have one bowl. Plain kurmura is fine, sev kurmura is fine, or the foods which have low calories. Sometimes you can give a bowl of strawberry or grapes, or things which have low calories. So whenever they ask for this in between snacks, see to it that you're not giving ready to eat foods which are high in calorie, high in sugar, and which give instant satiety satisfaction, but in a longer run they will cause lots of harm. So I think I'm done with my questions. Now I would like to tell the few take-home messages. that every child is different. Don't compare your child to anyone. Please try to look into the things that, like, if he's either depressed or he's having any anxiety problems, why is he eating extra, all that things have to be taken into consideration. The second home the okay. Hi. So now I'll give you few. Hi. So now I'll give you few take home messages. Every child is different. Every child is unique. Every child has his own habits and tests. So a taste. So don't compare your child with anyone. Give him various options, but please give him healthy options. You can give him 2 to 3 healthy options. He give him option of selecting from them. Second thing is physical exercise is a must. You need to inculcate habit of exercising in a child from very early age. If possible, go with your child for a walk or a run or play some sport with your child. Third thing I would like to say is put or inculcate the education of nutritional values of the food, and, like, to make a selection of a healthier choices early in a life. Like when child is 2 years onwards, we can put this education: what is good, what is healthy, what are the foods that he has to select, and that will go a long run in a way to take care of his weight himself. When children are small, they absorb the things and they keep in their mind. When they become adolescent, they become very conscious again. Then they start getting education from friends, and nowadays friends are also very conscious, and kids have also become very, very conscious about their image. So once they know what is good for their health and what will give them benefits in a longer run, they will definitely get fumbled sometimes, but they will go for the healthier choice. So nutrition education to child is very, very important and should be started early in the life. Try and reduce junk foods as much as possible. If you cannot completely avoid it, reduce it to once or twice a week. Increase the liquid intake or water intake of a child, and that is very important. It goes long way. Then also the thing that I told before, that stop screen while having food. The child should not be looking at mobile or TV or any sort of screen while having food. Last thing I would like to say is plan your family meals. Ask, involve your children into it. Ask for the options. They can get involved sometimes in buying vegetables and all that also as they grow, and have meals together as a family. The child will learn from what he sees from the adults, like what they how what process he has gone into buying vegetables, how it has been made. Involve your kids into all these activities, and child will love to make some amount of food which does not include fire, and he will like to explore different options. So please go for it, be innovative, keep changing menu, and things will work for sure. Thank you. Every child should have, if not having control, getting weight controlled, then you can definitely approach a professional person. You need to approach a pediatrician or a dietitian if weight, after doing all the precautions and not taking calories, is also coming down. I personalize diets for every child who come to me and who does not have weight gain, or weight he's not gaining weight, or he's having too much of weight. So we do personalization diet for every child depending on his height, weight, and the physical activity level. So if there's anything, you can contact me. I am Dr. Alpa Shah. You can follow me on Facebook, Shah Child Center, or contact me on 9820110717. Thank you.